like drowning, right? It sucks. I am not worthy of dying in the same fashion. You know something interesting about moose?
What that'll kill you? Oh, you can spit all over it if you want.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just make it gross for the next guest.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Dude, what's up?
Not much. I'm a diesel mechanic. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Let's introduce you. This is my boy Daniel Hibbs.
What's
known him
good?
since high school.
Yeah. Before high school.
Before high school.
Like
yeah,
what?
you're right, dude.
Yeah. Like elementary? No, not even elementary. Well,
I don't know. When we were pre-puberty.
Yeah, long time.
Long time, dude. That's crazy. I forgot about that.
I think I still have that picture.
I still have the cardboard, not the cardboard, just like little piece of wood where everybody you signed it, Daniel.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't remember it, but I probably
So what are you? Answer it, otherwise I will kick you out.
I'm a diesel mechanic.
Oh, sick. Just like Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You were going to school with them.
I joined the Marines though.
Can't stay away from the crayons, eh?
Nope. The red one's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that strawberry, cherry, or watermelon?
It's cherry.
Oh, okay, cool.
The pink one is
That's probably watermelon.
Yeah, or fruit punch. I can't remember what flavor.
Yum, dude.
Yeah.
Yum.
Oh yeah.
Can you buy like candy crayons?
Those actually do exist.
I'm sure they do.
And you know who made them?
Who?
A Marine.
No way.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I wish I next time you're on, I'll prepare for it.
Oh yeah.
Cool. You got diesel tech. How'd you end up there, dude?
So I went to school for a year, obviously with your brother Jeremiah.
Yeah. He just graduated.
And let's see, where else did I go?
Yeah. What else, dude? What else? Pressure's on.
Man. I ended up getting an apprenticeship at Kenworth Sales and Service over in State Line, not far from here. It's you know where Love's is?
Nope.
Oh.
Love's?
Yeah,
I haven't
State
felt
Line
since Emily and I broke up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll probably bleep out that name, but
Her.
Yeah. The mistress.
Yes.
Shout out. Long gone, brother.
I don't think she's dead.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I hope not, dude. That'd be awful.
That would suck.
Wouldn't that?
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't think she likes me.
So I don't know where love is.
Yeah.
Where's love?
Jesus.
You've had some, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to the big JC upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There's a lot to talk about then.
The big JC. That's something. That's
how's your relationship with Jesus? Because I know from high school we both like claim to be Christian, right?
Yeah.
But at least for me, it's like I don't think I wouldn't consider myself a follower of Christ until about a year ago, July 24th.
Oh, you're down to the day. Today's the 19th.
The 19th? About 5 days from now, last year,
yeah, I
actually finally gave my life to him.
Yeah.
Like out of my own choice, not just like because my family is Christian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was in the same boat for a while. Although I believe I turned to Christ a little bit before you did.
Nice, dude. Good. You're a little smarter than me.
Yeah. But I was in a limbo for a long time.
Yeah, dude. Same. Yeah, how was all that? What?
That sucked.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. It sucks bad. Like, why were you in a limbo, or what? How long were you in a limbo?
It was kind of just like, you know how like I was raised in the church, and your family is Christian, so I'm like, oh, then I could consider myself Christian.
Yeah, you gotta fit in.
Yeah, and then but I'm like, about a year or two, maybe a year and a half ago, I was kind of like, am I really Christian?
Yeah.
Like, I started looking at it. I still need to read my Bible more than I should.
Dude, you know what I asked myself? It was, if I claim to love Jesus, but I kind of came to the conclusion that, like, how do you know if somebody loves you, right? Mm-hmm. It's more actions than it is words. So the same way, then what do I love? Looking at my own actions,
yeah, and
the way I live my life, you know, what am I worshiping? What do I love?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Jesus.
Yeah, I looked at him like, dang, or well, excuse my language, damn, I suck.
You can say whatever you want, dude.
Yeah,
I'll end up bleeping it out.
I was like, oh well, I kind of suck.
Yeah, dude, same. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. So like what do you remember the day?
Not the specific day, but it's kind of gradual. I'm like,
Yeah.
I should not be doing this stuff.
No, you don't think so?
No,
Why not?
because it's bad.
It's fun. Sin's fun, dude.
Well, yeah, but it sucks in the long run.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you want to go to hell?
Well, no.
Exactly.
But why do I not want to?
Because I think our soul wants us to be with Jesus Christ instead of there.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
So true.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. All right. So, like, I don't know. Why do you love Jesus then?
Because he's awesome.
So true.
Yeah.
Do you have any moments of like, I don't know. It's really fun to ask people because sometimes people do have some crazy, if you will, supernatural experience or something that can only be explained by a miracle, if that makes sense. Have you ever had a moment where it's like that had to be God?
Not off the top of my head. At least not that I can remember. Because I don't think so. Because I think if I did, I'd remember it.
Yeah, fair enough, dude.
But there was this one time, actually rather recently, I think last summer. I was just sitting around, in my bed, just chilling. I just started praying. I just started feeling like I'm like, you know what, God is freaking awesome.
Prayer is powerful, brother.
And I just stand up, I start walking around. I'm just praying around, walking around in my living room, like, dude, God is so freaking awesome.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt his presence in my room, like, dude, that's.
So what's God been doing in your life?
Well, he's actually the one who got me to join the Marine Corp.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Take me through that.
So, I was debating it for a long time, as you know.
Yes. Yeah, there's going to be ads.
Yeah.
Interrupting our Yule log.
Great. So is that what this is called?
I don't know. Campfire, fireplace. My friend Dylan, he calls it a Yule log, which I think is a Christmas log. Christmas fire.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways. I'd been contemplating it for a long time, as you know, all through pretty much high school.
Super true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about it a lot. Never did it for some reason. And then I'm sitting there, I'm just praying. I'm like, you know what? Send me a sign. I can't remember what I asked for. Something that had to do with the sky. I asked for that 3 days in a row. You know what happened 3 days in a row? I got that exact sign 3 days in a row.
Well, what was it?
I can't remember. I want to say it's like just a clear sky when I woke up.
Oh, wow.
I walked outside, clear blue sky. I'm like, all right. I do it again, pray again, just make sure. I'm like, walk outside again, clear blue sky. I'm like, all right, cool. I do that third day, same thing happens. I'm like, all right.
Why do you think you doubted it for so long?
I don't know.
You can't dig deep. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's not fear.
I think it probably was fear. It was also just like there was so much other stuff I wanted to do. I guess I felt like that would have held me back.
Isn't your dad? Wasn't he in the military?
No, he was not.
Oh, really?
No, I'd be the first one in my family since World War II.
Oh, dang. Does your family have like a recorded history of the people in your family that served in World War II? I guess I don't know if you're
I'm not sure if it's
well read in it.
I'm not the most well read in it. I know that there's at least 3, and a couple of them served in the interwar period right before it. Like my great uncle Cliff was on.
Shout out.
Was on the USS Pennsylvania in 1936.
He was.
Yeah.
So did it go down?
No. So she was. So the USS.
I guess he'd still be.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't exist anymore. They scrapped her.
Rough.
But the USS Arizona.
No, I do now.
Yeah. Really? It's sunk at Pearl Harbor. Went down with all hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're still there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can go and see like the oil dripping out, right?
Yeah. The Pennsylvania is the sister ship of the Arizona.
Oh, cool.
In fact, the entire class of ships is named the Pennsylvania class.
So you're a big Navy boy now, big gay boy.
Yeah. No, I'm joining the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Not
same
the Navy.
Same thing. Yes.
No. Don't ever tell Marine that.
I'm telling him. Are you a Marine yet?
No.
I'm telling a future Marine. Yeah. Have you gone to okay, what do you have to do to become a Marine?
You have to graduate basic training.
Jeremiah did that.
Yeah, but he's not a Marine.
So true. Okay. Where are you doing your basic training? What does that entail?
So I go to San Diego for 13 weeks,
Ooh, San Diego.
Yeah.
I know a guy from San Diego.
Yeah, it's nice there.
It is. I've been
Kind
there
of.
once now. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a big, I think it's called the Midway, USS Midway, something like that.
Aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big retired one.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yeah, so I had to go down there for 13 weeks, and then to do most of the training, which is just basic like infantry, making you into a Marine. And the final 3 days, like the final week is like your final tests, your final challenges, just, and then you go to the Crucible, which is 56 hours, I believe, of everything that they took from the previous 11, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Compiled into one. Simulated combat conditions, you hike 40 miles on 10 hours of sleep total over 3 days.
Oh.
And 3 MREs total.
Oh.
Yeah. And at the end, you have to climb what they call the Reaper, which is a giant mountain. You have to do information, or as information as you can be at the top of a mountain. And then you get your Eagle Globe and Anchor, and that's when you become a Marine.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, because Jeremiah did it all for mechanic stuff. So he did basic training, and then immediately went to his nerd section where he had to go learn.
Yeah. And then after that,
hammers and gears.
Yeah. Then after that, I'd go to MCT, which is Marine Combat Training, which every Marine receives some extent of. It's basic infantry tactics. If you're infantry, you'd go to Advanced Infantry Training, which is longer, and you learn how to work as a unit, and it's way more in depth than MCT is. But then I'm hoping to become a helicopter crew chief, which would involve me becoming a helicopter mechanic, and I'd be a flight crew, so I'd be like the onboard mechanic, and I'd be able to shoot machine guns out of the helicopters, which is freaking gnarly.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, he just did a big military training exercise down in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Where they were down there for a whole month playing pretty much just glorified laser tag.
That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool. And he was his sergeant. They were under attack by Geronimo, and his sergeant told him to get on the 50 cal because they're in Bradleys, which is what he's a mechanic for. And so he hopped up into the Bradley and started shooting the 50 cal, laser gun.
Yeah.
And he died there. He got obliterated by Geronimo on the 50 cal. Pretty rad.
Yeah. We're talking like Fury when they're on the tanks and the guy gets his head taken off by the tiger.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Except all of it is fake, and some guy goes around pointing at you. You're dead now. You're dead. At least that's how I've heard it explained. It's pretty funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd get to run 50 cals and M134 miniguns.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
At least you will be.
Yeah.
Have you had any experience whatsoever yet?
I went to PT yesterday, and that's
physical training.
Yeah.
Where do you do that?
I do it out in the recruiting office at Hayden.
Oh, cool, dude. Okay, sick.
Yeah, so I think it's right by where Jeremiah probably signed up.
Yeah, he does the one along Celtice.
Yeah.
The National Guard, whatever it is, place.
Yeah. I go all the way out in Hayden. So.
Mm-hmm. Except that one's for the Army. You're going to the Navy. I don't know if you do. What?
Marine Corps.
Oh, sorry. Is not the Navy like the big umbrella that?
Technically, yes, but no.
Like Jeremiah would be. You're a Marine. He's a mechanic kind of thing.
Yeah, but he's an Army soldier, not a Marine.
Yeah, and you're a Navy soldier.
I'm a Marine.
All right.
You're
not a Marine yet.
Not yet. I'm going to be a Marine.
I'll call you a Marine once you're a Marine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to call you a gay Navy boy.
I'm a poolie right now. That's what they call it.
A poolie?
Poolie. Yeah.
What is that?
Basically as a recruit.
Oh, cool. All right. There's going to be some interruptions.
That's okay. And we already got the ads going up on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got to represent all the people who don't sponsor me.
Yeah.
Sick, dude. I'm excited to talk to you again then when you're actually a Marine. That's going to be sick. I want to hear how it goes. I know based off what Jeremiah said that it's actually miserable. And that you have a lot to look forward to, brother. You got a lot to look forward to, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be like sucking in tear gas.
Well, we all do that.
You've already done it?
All the branches do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you excited?
No. Not for that. Everything else, though, I'm actually pretty stoked.
I don't have any advice other than what Jeremiah's told me that has annoyed him. It's like the people who get everybody smoked. Jeremiah's goal was to, like, by the end of it, the sergeants didn't know his name, which is a good thing. Because that means that you're doing your job. So just make sure that they never know Hibbs. If they never know Hibbs, then you're doing something right.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I'll plan on that.
I don't know. You think it'll be easy?
No, I've heard it's a breeze, but
Really?
like I've heard it sucks like in the moment, but after you're done, it's like, oh, that was easy.
Isn't that how everything is?
Yeah.
Everything just kind of becomes a big fever dream after it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Vietnam, dude.
Did you?
On a mission trip, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
was it
because
hot
it was
there?
a mission trip, I can't say too much about it. It was so hot and humid. You would walk out of the room and you would be sticky and sweaty, dude. It was gross.
Did you see any VC?
Some what?
Viet Cong?
Yeah, actually. I did. I saw some old vets with, like, their legs gone and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah, like, they were straight up probably... They fought in the war 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And...
6 years ago.
60 years ago.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was the 60s, the
Jeez.
20s now. Only 60 years
60s,
ago.
70s, yeah.
Yeah, so I was...
It ended in 73, I thought.
I saw some guys that probably killed Americans, and they were looking at us. They were just standing there with no legs looking at us. Pretty cool. How do they stand there with no legs? Well, you got wheelchairs, you got crutches. You know.
I was going to say, that's...
yeah. They
would you go to Hanoi or...
I don't think I should say the city that I went to, because it's a mission trip, and their government isn't the most friendly towards Christianity, and I can get the missionaries there in trouble. But it was pretty rad, dude. It was super cool. But now, you know, like, I went there for 2 weeks, and after that, it just felt like a crazy fever dream. Yeah, the ocean was warm. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest, I don't know if you've ever...
Yeah, that's the South Pacific for you.
Yeah, you've touched the ocean over here, right? Cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
I didn't know we had an ocean here, though.
Seattle, Oregon coast.
Oh, yeah.
Washington's... Yeah.
I've been to California, and that's
Freezing,
the only time
dude.
I ever touched the ocean.
Is the ocean warm there? Like San Diego, how cold is the water?
60, 70.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Oh.
That's like...
It's about as bad as the lake here.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No.
Up towards Washington, though, it gets cold. Because it's all the Alaska water flowing down.
Yeah, the further north you go, it gets worse.
Yeah, Vietnam was warm. Like, you would get in... You know, like, here we have the mentality of, once I get hot, I'll get into the water to cool off. There's no cooling off there. You're either on the hot beach, or you're in the hot water.
Yeah.
And you're just sweating the whole time.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, dude. Especially throwing around a Frisbee with a ton of Vietnamese fellas. Dude, that was fun.
Dude, okay. I've heard that... This is going to get a little bit racist.
Go for it.
I've heard that Asian people in general, but specifically the Vietnamese and like the mainland Asians are like short. Is that true?
Oh yeah, that's not racist. They are short.
They are short. Okay,
that's just factual, dude. There was one guy who was just as tall as me, and he was the tallest one there.
Oh dang!
Shout out to that guy. I remember your name, but I don't think I should say it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, all the rest of them are shorter. It's good stuff. Yeah, so you've been living in Post Falls this whole time?
Yep.
Let me dox you real quick. What's your address again?
Hold on, I got your address right here.
No, please. I can edit it out.
The Vietnamese are coming for you.
Well, yeah, you were going. Are you still in NIC then? Because he graduated.
Oh no, I'm done now. I'm done.
You're done. You also graduated.
Graduated.
What does that mean?
Graduated.
No, what does that mean, dude?
I may or may not have graduated.
You just dropped out?
No, I just didn't go back.
Okay, that you can't say that. That's not. No,
I got my certificate.
What does that mean?
Yes, I graduated.
I saw this eye roll, dude. What does that mean?
What'd I roll?
Oh. What does that mean? What do you mean? You just stopped going, but you didn't finish the program?
No, I finished. I finished it. I finished the program. I didn't walk. That's what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now what?
I'm a diesel mechanic. That's that. Yeah.
Have you gotten a job?
Yeah.
Where are you working?
Kenworth Sales and Service.
Ooh.
I already told you that at the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, please don't take that personally. Well, okay, what is that?
I fix semi trucks.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
How big are they?
Very big.
Yeah.
Like bigger than this room.
I feel like it was only a few weeks ago now. I was going to Denny's because that's the best restaurant in the world. Fight me.
I don't like their pancakes.
They're so good, dude. It's literally just eating sugar. There's no way you don't like it.
They're not good.
Put some more syrup over it.
I
just
don't
some
care.
more sugar.
They're not good.
Oh, with that butter, dog.
IHOP.
Buttermilk pancakes.
IHOP.
IHOP went out of business. There's
Still
a Denny's across the street from an IHOP in Coeur d'Alene. IHOP lost. Denny's is still slammed to this day. Denny's is far superior. The only thing Denny's doesn't have
Waffle
is
House.
waffles. Yeah,
Waffle House.
I've never been to Waffle House.
I've never been to
Isn't
Waffle
that
House
an Eastern
either.
thing?
Southern.
Southern
Apparently, it's
thing?
notorious for getting into fights.
They-
We could probably pull
they
some
what?
of those. We could actually probably pull Waffle House fights up.
I don't want to.
That'd be funny though.
All right, yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right.
Oh, my leg's asleep. See, how do I type this in? Waffle House fights? What does that even mean?
You'll see. They're apparently it's notorious for like it's just.
Aren't you a Texas Roadhouse fella?
Oh yeah, but they don't serve breakfast food.
Oh, why would you go there, dude?
Have you ever been there?
Once?
Go back.
Well, no, there's no breakfast food.
It's 2 words, I believe.
Waffle House. I'm going to spell it wrong.
Yeah. You know why we should go back to Texas Roadhouse? The bread.
Yeah, but the pancakes at Denny's are great. It's basically cake. It's kind of like a bread. Is cake a type of bread? Waffle House.
Yes.
Fights. Where's F? There we go. I'll probably edit this part out and just skip to it. I don't have my Jamie with me. Sir John behind the desk is usually the one doing this.
Yeah.
Yep. He's down in Moscow right now.
Do you normally do that in Moscow?
Well, we don't have a TV in Moscow, but we will here soon.
That's good.
Yeah. Waffle House fights.
Yeah, see? You
Got short. You're just finding this on TikTok and Instagram. What's going on, dude?
Yeah. This is Waffle House.
How is he carrying her upside down?
Don't know. Apparently, yeah, this is typical Waffle House, apparently. People standing on the counters.
This is just chaos.
Yeah, yeah. One-handed blocks thrown
Until
chair.
you've been here. Did a fight happen?
I've never been here, but I've heard stories, and I want to go here.
That's a whole chair flinging at people.
Yeah.
Oh, not at the employee, dude.
Apparently this is typical.
Cool. Waffle House sucks. Why would you ever go there?
Because it looks fun.
No, it doesn't,
Yes,
dude.
it does.
It says the Marine.
You're
not a Marine yet. It says
No.
the gay Navy boy, dude. And I
Honestly-
could say that because my roommate that I'm moving in with, he's a gay Navy boy. And I make fun of him for it all the
Good. You should.
time. Should I?
Yeah.
That's you.
Get him a gay pride flag.
That's such a good idea. Oh.
Make sure you put the Navy anchor on it, though.
That's an even better idea.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it cost? $20?
No, something like that.
Worth it. Problem is if that's in my room, I'm bunking with him, so it's gonna be a problem.
That's gonna be questionable.
Yeah, I mean we're both gay.
I know. He touched me in Missoula.
I forgot about Missoula.
Yeah. What happens in Missoula stays in Missoula.
What happened in Missoula?
A lot of things. You weren't there for a lot of them, though. You remember, what's his name? Stewart. The older one.
Chris
Stewart. His younger brother.
Shout out.
Yeah. His younger brother.
Oh, I'd love to have Chris on here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. He's in Alaska, isn't he?
Not anymore. No, he jumped out of a plane. A viral video. A video of him went viral. It was a ton of Marines, I think.
That'd be
I
Army.
think it was Marines.
It'd be Army.
Would he be Army? Rangers then? I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't think he'd be a Ranger. I don't remember what he was. He might just be infantry. Either
airborne
way,
or something.
Airborne, because he was jumping out of a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a video of somebody on the ground filming all of the parachute, all the guys jumping out doing the parachute, right? And one guy's parachute kind of malfunctions, and he keeps falling. And that was Chris.
That was Chris?
That was Chris, dude.
That's scary.
I remember watching the video, going, wow, that's insane. And then Jeremiah sent it to me, like, Chris just sent this to me and said that it was him.
Dang.
So he almost died.
Huh.
He's also seen people die that way, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's in the military anymore. I think he left.
Did he really? Huh.
Yeah, I think his contract ended, and he said, "No, no way, I'm going back."
Yeah. I've been hanging out with his brother.
Oh, Cameron.
Cameron. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
How's that?
It was okay. He's loud. You know. You've met Chris. You've met Cameron.
Yeah, sick. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You've had some ladies now, right?
One. Yes.
Oh, really? Still do?
No.
Oh. No way. What happened, dude?
Okay, so
Let's take it from this top.
Okay.
You met this chick where? How? When?
So I met her through a friend.
Oh, there you go. That's a solid.
So my buddy Zach, his girlfriend is friends with her. And she's like, "Oh, do you have any?" She asked my buddy Zach, like, "Do you have any friends?" You know, and sends a picture.
And then he's like, "I got this babe lined up."
Yeah, shows her a picture of me. She's like,
"Yes, sir."
All right.
Yep.
So we started dating.
She approves.
Right? Yeah. So we started dating.
There you go.
Of course, rough patch. We all have rough patches. You know, after that kind of.
I never do.
Emily.
Yeah, that was a big one, wasn't
it?
Yeah, that was all my fault for sure.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
Yeah, so we had some rough patches, but we got through them at first, and it was fine. What she called confidence, I called arrogance.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, well, okay.
She was not the nicest person
Ooh.
to me or to my family, which I did not appreciate. So eventually, about a year down the road, a couple months after our 1 year, which I realized that was only a couple months ago. I decide, I'm praying about it. I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna break up with her because it's not going well for me or honestly her. Because I'm just like, I don't want us to be constantly arguing about little things that don't really matter, and I don't want to be constantly just hounded about money and all that. And so I'm like, all right,
gotta get them G's,
done.
Brother.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm done. No. So yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I've never had a relationship where it wasn't like I was the problem. So I'm always intrigued to, I guess, learn.
Yeah. She still thinks I'm the problem though. So.
Well, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I was definitely the problem. God,
yeah.
Big time, dude. Yeah.
I honestly don't even know like anything about that.
I turned into I kind of began to have the same characteristics as my father, if that makes sense. Which I was so confident that I wouldn't be like that. It's basically like a narcissistic, controlling manipulator. Especially by the end there.
Mm-hmm.
I was so delusional that when we were breaking up, I went there to break up with her, and so it was like a mutual, if you in quotations, mutual breakup, right? Where as soon as it happened, I was like, why did we just do that? And I could not come up with a reason in my mind why we just did that. All of the reasoning that I had just vanished. It's because none of it was real. It was all a delusion. And as soon as we broke up, that delusion no longer resided in my mind. It wasn't real. I was living a lie that I convinced myself of.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
That was a terrible realization. That was awful. So that was a massive lesson, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Still learning about it, or still learning from it to this day.
Yeah.
That was a few years ago now. A lot has changed, especially when it comes to what I'm going to do in the future, if that makes sense. Like one of my biggest prayers, especially recently, until I started doing this, was like, Lord, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What is my purpose, right?
I feel that.
Especially for a man, like a purpose is everything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have if you don't have a purpose?
Nothing.
Do you think you found your purpose?
I believe so, yes.
Nice, dude. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
And even if I haven't, the Lord will
he'll
just bestow it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
If it means becoming a communist guerrilla fighter, then yeah.
Is that what it is?
I hope so.
What do you think about Trump getting almost sniped?
That's wild.
Yeah.
That 3 inches to the right and
not even, dude.
Yeah.
Literally nicked his ear.
Yeah.
Would have been Not even that. An inch, if even.
Yeah, half-inch maybe.
Oh man, the crazy. So did you see his I guess I don't know if you call it his acceptance of the inauguration. I think that's what it's called. Acceptance of being the
of his nomination.
Nomination. That's the word.
I've seen some stuff about it, but I didn't really look into it.
I watched it. It's like 14 minutes long on YouTube, I think. Incredible speech. He talks about the other victims of.
Yeah, that's good. That's
right. Good. It's bizarre to hear how he speaks differently now, or at least then. You know, he comes out with a bandage on his ear, and the way he was speaking was a much more solemn.
Yeah, because he almost got smoked.
Yeah, and he's sitting there, and he's like, "I should not be here right now," and everybody's like, "Yes, you should. Yes, you are." Whatever. I don't remember the exact quote, but the entire crowd starts chanting and just being like, "You should be here. You definitely should be here." You know, it's incredible.
But they don't get it.
Well, they don't get what? That he shouldn't be here.
Because Trump was saying like I think what he meant was like.
He should be dead.
He should be dead.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it.
And then he's like, by the grace of the Almighty God, I am here right now. Yeah. And it's like, that's insane, dude. Absolutely insane. I could not imagine being him.
No.
I don't know if his faith is real or not, but he definitely knows all the words to get me pumped up going, oh, wow, this is sick. Yeah. He's in a, like, just watching him after he gets shot, you know, push back on his Secret Service and then sticks up a fist, yelling, fight, fight. Dude, what gets you more pumped up? My blood was boiling. I'm going, no way. Yeah. This is insane. This is history being made, dude. The last assassination attempt was Reagan, I think. This is crazy. I can't believe it. It's
insane. Like, we literally almost saw the assassination of a sitting president.
And then it goes into all my conspiracy theories where Jeremiah was just pointing out earlier. The guy, I forget his name, Thomas Crooks.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I think something along those lines. I know his last name's Crooks.
The kid that tried to assassinate him.
Matthew Crooks.
Thank you. Crooks, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He was found in a BlackRock commercial.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I saw that, yeah.
I have the screenshot of it on my phone, dude. There he is, sitting there listening to some... I don't know what the commercial's about.
Something... I think it's probably something like that.
Probably the Fourth Industrial Revolution. I don't know. Anything that BlackRock
We don't need another one of those.
You don't think so?
No.
Klaus Schwab says otherwise.
Klaus Schwab can suck it.
You think so?
Yeah.
From the World Economic Forum? Mm-hmm. But yeah, BlackRock, if anybody listening to this doesn't know, there's two companies that really own everything. Then there's like a little bit of smaller ones like State Street. But it's BlackRock and Vanguard. Yep. And then they own each other. They own the majority of the stocks in each other. So it's basically one gigantic monopoly under the guides of...
Whoever owns it,
yeah, I guess. But they own 80% of every single business, either in the world or in America. I don't remember. But if you own 80% of America, you own most of the world. If you... the other 20% then would be like mom and pop businesses or businesses that have yet to grow big enough for them to be worth buying, if that makes sense. They don't have enough influence on their own. So it's
bad.
To see that Thomas Crooks, the same way the CIA would have assassinated JFK, I believe that fully, that the CIA is...
let's get into that a little bit later, but yes. Yeah.
Okay. CIA fully, absolutely just whooped them because JFK was an enemy to them at that point. The same way then that the Secret Service and or CIA would have... There's a lot of finicky stuff that happened at the Secret Service that day, for sure.
Yeah.
I watched all sorts of different perspectives.
Yeah, it turns out that the CIA or the Secret Service agents that were assigned to Donald Trump were all either brand new or just incredibly inexperienced. Like, they took them from... Not from, like...
Oh, really?
They didn't take them from, like, the field. They took them from, like, office.
Like they've never held a gun before, kind of.
Well, like they've trained on weapons, but like they've never been assigned to a president.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the video I saw, the sniper on the roof, he's looking at that roof, right? You see him looking at Thomas.
It looked like he was a police sniper.
He's looking at Crooks. I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
He's looking at Crooks. Then you see him like leave the scope and like look with his own eyes, and he kind of does like a tilt of the head as if he's questioning. Or he's trying to listen for He's either listening for confirmation or he's shocked at what he is seeing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the shots are fired, and then he goes back in and pops them.
Yeah.
There's hesitation right there.
Yeah.
There was,
so what I found out, and it's interesting about that, is that the whoever was like overseeing, I want to say the director or whoever was overseeing the security detail, told him not to fire.
Yeah.
Told him to wait. And then once shots went off,
see why though?
Smoked him.
CIA, dude. CIA. If you're like, I've always been still skeptical of Trump in the sense of I've always held the option open that he's controlled opposition because he's the perfect character to divide the country, which is exactly what they want because it's lucrative and or it'll give them more control. So Trump then, even then before 2016, he was buddy with all of them. There's he's a high political elite with a lot of influence,
a lot of money,
and
too.
He goes to all the same galas, all the same parties. He's hanging. They're his friends. Yeah. So it would make sense then that he would be putting on the massive show of being their enemy, kind of thing, all kind of working simultaneously behind the scenes.
But after they tried to kill him,
after they tried to kill him, meaning that he's like, okay. So some people were saying it's staged to kind of like push the Trump campaign, which I don't think that's true because it came an inch away from his head, and it was just by the grace of God of a head tilt that changed it from a death sentence to.
Yeah, I don't know if that if he is. I don't know if he is.
I don't think
a man
Trump
of God.
was in on that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a man of God either, but I do believe that God saved his life. Like there is no way.
Yeah, I mean the Bible states that the institutions are put in place by God. The people that are in power, right? If they, it doesn't matter if they want him dead or not. It's only by God's will if they can kill him. That's absolutely a good showing of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's whether he actually has a relationship with Christ or not. I don't know, but dude, it's just crazy. It's crazy to be alive right now. Yeah. At least be an adult, so then we're aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how it felt after 9/11 because I wasn't even born yet. But
when were you born?
2002, November.
Oh, really?
Yeah, end of 2002.
Oh, so you're not much older than I am.
How old are you, dude?
I'm 20.
Yeah, I'm 21.
October 20th, 2003.
We're like almost exactly a year apart.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Gnarly.
Air high five. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's I don't know how Biden. I don't think I watched any of Biden's responses.
Oh, it's bad.
Is it bad?
It's bad.
Oh, how'd it go?
Well, did you watch the debate?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet it went about as well as that.
Oh, nice, dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, good for Biden, dude. He's really representing.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense.
I feel bad for him, honestly.
Any Biden supporters, I'm sorry.
I'm not. Whatever, dude. Yeah, what? Are you kidding me?
That guy's old. He's going to die.
I get it. You don't want to vote for Trump. He's not exactly the nicest guy, but he's running the country. I don't think he needs to be nice. I don't know. It's kind of a... He ran
it like a business. That's why it went so well.
I also want to reiterate that I don't know what I'm talking about whatsoever.
Do we really? Do either of us really know what it...
I know nothing, dude. I'm just I'm just proud to be American. That's all I am. And
I have conspiracy theories. That's it.
I know conspiracy theories. That's a great way of putting it. I literally believe in the satanic cult that rules the world.
They exist, yes.
So it's
CIA and satanic cult. For legal reasons, this is a joke.
For legal reasons, this is all a joke. This is allegedly.
Allegedly. There we go.
Allegedly, Trump was almost assassinated.
Yeah. Well, that's just straight up true.
That is super true.
That one,
allegedly, though, the CIA is in on it. They probably are.
And allegedly, they killed JFK.
The fact that Matthew Thomas Crooks it's either Thomas Matthew Crooks or Tom.
It's Matthew Thomas Crooks, I think.
Yeah, whatever it is, Mr. Crooks.
MTC.
Poor kid, dude. By the way. MTC. Yeah. Good old MTC, bro. Shout out to MTC. Bring him back. Honestly.
Yeah.
The fact that he was on a BlackRock commercial, man.
Yeah.
They were milking that kid for a while, dude, I'm sure, to convince him to be able to do that.
Yep.
Because he had no record, I believe. Something like that.
He looked like a Reddit moderator.
He looks like an incel.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You see that jawline?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know. Poor guy, dude.
Yeah. Sucks for everybody there, honestly.
He seems like a chill guy. I don't know. If
seems smart,
If he was in a BlackRock commercial, he has no record. I don't know what his parents were like.
Yeah.
But it's just
I heard that he was fine.
I know the CIA will they will initiate and or allegedly they will coerce. Is that the right word? They will coerce people for years even to prepare them. They will mold people through manipulation into what they need them to be, so then they will take action like he did. He will take a gun to a Trump rally and shoot Trump. Yeah. Like takes a specific person that takes somebody that has been
most of the
convinced that he's doing right doing so.
That's what I think most of the school shootings that have happened in the recent past. It's very interesting. Every single one of them has typically an AR-15. At least the major ones have AR-15s.
They've been supplied somehow.
They have AR-15s. Mm-hmm. Like there's one, the Texas shooting in Uvalde. The one where all those kids died. Like it's like 29, something like that.
I don't know them by name. I know there's a lot.
But yeah, it was down in Texas. The one where all the cops waited outside.
Ooh, I do remember that.
Yeah, that one.
There's some big drama around that. That was
bad.
Especially viral.
That was a mess. Fortunately, like all those cops got booted. So, especially the chief, it was bad. For him.
Is it the cops' fault if they're following orders? I guess so. If there's kids getting shot, you better run in there and save them.
So when it comes to
your orders.
So to the extent of my knowledge, when it comes to like a school shooting, this is coming from some cops that I know, but unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure on everything.
Everything you say is exactly factual.
Yes. When there's an active shooter, no matter the situation, you no matter how many officers are there, you have to go. The officer on scene first is commanding the scene.
Okay.
Even if the chief shows up, the officer on scene first is in charge. But the duty is like no matter how outgunned you are, no matter how many cops are there, you have to go in and try and end the threat, whether it means arresting them or smoking them. Usually it means shooting them in the face. So yeah, it was. And then a couple weeks later at Tennessee, there's these two cops who did it. They did it exactly right. I mean, of course, they had tons and tons of backup. Luckily, I'm assuming because of the previous Texas shooting that happened like literally a week before. They went in. You had a guy, and typically what you do, you got a guy. Some guys have shotguns, some guys have pistols, some guys have rifles. This guy happened to have a couple guys with pistols, one guy with a rifle. They're like, all right, get the guy with the rifle up in front. It's the right thing to do. Guy's got more firepower, and so he can put down more hate. They push him up. He sees the threat. 2 shots, drops him like a sack of potatoes.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
So what you're going to be doing as a Marine?
Possibly. Probably not, but...
You ready for the war to start?
Oh, boy. There's always a war training is going to start.
Yeah, super true. Makes money.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what got us out of World War II is what got us out of the Great Depression, so...
It is interesting, though, how they were all armed with AR-15s. Not only that, but...
And
the AR-15 tends to be the enemy of the government currently, the current administration. That's what they're trying to ban.
Yep.
Yeah,
and the
demonize it.
Yep, and the AR-15s that they tend to have also have all the exact features that they want removed.
Yeah, that they want to outlaw. I got an AR-15 now. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude.
What kind?
AR-15? I don't know. I'm not a big gun
guy.
Not
a specific company.
5.56.
What company?
Palmetto.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I've heard a lot of mixed things about Palmetto.
Yeah,
the only thing so far, the gun shoots, so I'm happy with it.
I mean, they're reliable, but because it's an AR-15, it's kind of hard to make them not reliable.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some that are really bad. The only thing is it's cheap. It doesn't last as long as some other nicer ones,
it is cheap.
Obviously.
Yep. Super true.
I'm actually planning to get another one.
Ooh.
I'm going to do a...
What guns do you have?
I have a 30-06 that my Opa gave me.
I don't know what that is.
Bolt action rifle. It's a hunting rifle.
Okay, baller.
Yeah, so
I want a bolt action, dude. That sounds fun.
So it's chambered in the caliber that we used in World War II.
That's big.
Oh yeah,
that's huge.
It's like that big. It's not massive, but you know,
big enough to blow a head up, dude. Blow up.
Yeah. So is it? So
it's big enough to pull a JFK, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. They use a third. I can't remember. They use like a 30-60. No, they use 30 Carcano.
Like World War II, people get obliterated.
Oh yeah.
Like your shoulder's gone.
Well, those are
your whole
those are full
those are
full power rifle cartridges.
That's horrible. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want one.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Then I've got a 45-70.
I don't know what that is. I don't know guns. I just know that they're
cowboy
cool.
gun.
Like
Very old cowboy gun. So
okay, cool. Like a revolver kind of thing?
lever action.
Oh, nice.
So it came out in...
Jeremiah's got a lever action.
Does he?
Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
It's fun to do the...
Yeah.
You got your whole hand in it, and you pull it back and forward.
Yeah.
It's satisfying.
So the 45-70 came out in the late... I want to say 1870s, 1880s. It was like a year or two after a pistol cartridge of the same caliber of 45. Except it was called 45 Colt at the time because it came in a pistol. Now, after that was introduced, they're like, you know what? Let's make it in a rifle. Because 45 was like, it's big, but it's also not so big that you'll just destroy your shoulder. And that's the caliber we used, which 45-70 was the caliber we used to kill off all the bison.
That's big caliber.
Yeah.
Man, I want to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah's got a big bear killer. I don't remember what the caliber is, but it's massive.
Yeah, mine's a bear killer.
Oh, man, dude. Have you ever been hunting? I know you've grown up hunting, right?
Yeah.
I've been hunting now once.
Nice. Did you see anything?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you did kill something. You told me about that.
Yeah, we got like 7 deers, I think, in 2 days, something like that. Was it 3 days?
Don't you have a 45-70?
I do.
Yeah, we're the same one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, do you?
dude.
Nice. Yeah, mine's brass. It's pretty.
That is pretty.
It has but it has a metal plate on the end, and I shoot the barrel loads out of it. It does not feel good.
Cool. Yeah, I think for me it was like for hunting at least, right? The hunting trip. We were down in Twin Falls, Idaho. There's a canyon.
Oh, that's far down there.
Yeah, far down. It's where my cousins live who actively hunt, right? And they were kind of hosting me and my brothers who don't actively hunt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of our first timers kind of thing.
That's
a lot
cool.
lot of first timers.
That's cool.
And we put canoes in the water. I think we had 3 canoes. So there's probably 3 of us in one and then 2 of us in the 2 others kind of thing. And we just kind of like we go at dawn. So the sun's coming up and the deer are all feeding down in the river. There's like grassy and tree patches along the sides of the river. The rest is all desert because it's just southern Idaho.
Yeah.
But then there's these forested islands in the middle of the river.
Okay.
Some bigger, some smaller, right? And we just kind of row around. And every now and then we'd find a deer along the shoreline just eating.
And you shoot it?
And it doesn't know what we are because we're in a canoe. And it just like stands there and looks at us like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just shoot it. It's pretty fun, dude. It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was actually awful. And then
I don't like it when it's that easy.
I had a fun time. I didn't I think I got the second to last one. It was like the 3rd morning or the 2nd night, something like that.
Yeah.
We did a lot of bushwhacking on islands where some of us would we would prop the canoes on one side of the island. The guys who've already gotten their deers then would get out and start marching through the island to push all the deer on the island towards the people with the canoes.
Yeah.
So then there'd be a lot of times where they start swimming to try and get to the other side of the river to escape, and you just canoe up and pop.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was really fun, dude.
Yeah.
So now I have meat in my freezer.
Nice.
It's a good way of getting meat.
Mm-hmm.
You know how cheap that is? Getting a deer tag compared to like buying meat at the grocery store.
It's so much cheaper.
You could feed your whole family for a few months if you get a big elk or something.
Yeah, $20. Get a cartridge and a tag.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, it's just way more work, but it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Meat's way better.
The meat is way better. It doesn't have all the crap in it and all the poison, and it's cheaper overall. Yeah, dude, sick.
Yeah.
What have you killed?
I killed a deer a long time ago. I haven't been successful since.
Dang, bro.
But I'm gonna try.
What are some of the cool trips you've been on?
Oh, let's see. I've been on some trips down south, but mostly I've been hunting around here. One of my favorites was Grizzly Peak, though, up in the.
Have you gone bear hunting? Grizzly Peak.
That's just the name of the mountain.
I don't know what that is.
Gotta
explain it.
You know where the Coeur d'Alene Mountains are, which is it's the Coeur d'Alene National Forest, so just east of here. It's just one of the big mountains up there. And
Okay, yeah. It's a massive mountain of danger,
pretty much, yeah.
of whimsy,
Yep.
of magic.
I don't know if there's magic up there.
It's a cute little mountain.
Yeah.
So you've gone hunting there. What were you hunting for?
Elk.
Oh, sick, dude.
Elk are hard
Has
to
your
find.
dad gotten anything? Because you'd go with your dad, right?
Yeah, so my dad, he's gotten an elk and a deer, I think. possibly other stuff, and ducks and geese.
Oh, ducks. Nice.
I don't
No.
like waterfowl. It's nasty.
I don't know what that is. What's a waterfowl?
So fowl refers to birds.
Oh,
it's
so just like water birds?
Yeah, they're nasty. It's greasy.
I've never had one. Ew, greasy.
Really,
Ooh.
really greasy.
I really like deer, and I've had elk now.
Yeah.
Yum, dude. That's good stuff.
I've had moose.
Ooh, that'd be
I've
cool.
had elk, deer, moose.
We saw a moose on one of the islands when we were all in the canoes, thankfully. If we were marshaling through one of those islands and we ran into a moose, that would have been a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty scary when we saw a moose.
Yeah.
We saw something big moving through the
They can
tree line,
swim.
you know, and it comes out and
You know something interesting about moose?
that they'll kill you?
Well, yeah, that, and you know what one of their natural predators is?
A grizzly bear?
Orcas.
What?
Yeah.
Like what, up in Alaska?
Yes.
That's awesome.
You know, because they can swim. They can dive up to like 20 feet.
Moose can?
Yes. They eat the stuff off the bottom of the lake.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm not kidding. Look it up.
No. Moose just swim. They swim
They
out
can
in the
swim.
ocean.
They can swim
Where
so
orcas
well.
are just
Yeah.
swimming around
Swimming
waiting for 'em.
swimming between islands, and if an orca sees it, it'll
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else kills moose? Do wolves tire them out?
bears.
I guess they get the
Yeah,
moose
bears
calves.
and
Like
wolves.
an adult moose. What kills that?
Motivated grizzly bear.
Okay, yeah.
Polar bear maybe. Us.
Polar bear. I guess so. Do polar bear territory and moose territory match? Like mix over?
In some places. But
Crazy, dude. I've never
that's
thought about that.
If a moose ventures really far north, or a polar bear ventures really far south, maybe.
Are moose anywhere else in the world, or is it just North America?
Russia,
Russia.
Europe, parts of Europe. Yeah.
Just all the northern regions of the world.
Mhm.
Crazy, dude.
We have caribou here.
We do?
Yeah.
Is that not just elk?
No.
Oh,
Do you know what reindeer is?
I thought it was just all elk.
They're not the same.
Oh.
They're not related.
Educate me, brother.
So I don't think they're related, anyways. Actually,
Well, they're all in the deer family.
Yeah, so I guess they are related. No, we have reindeer, or not reindeer. We have got caribou, which are closer to reindeer than elk are. But we've only got like 70.
How do you tell the difference?
Reindeer are smaller, and they're like the one on their midriff is like
You're good.
their midriff is a lot like I guess fatter. It looks fatter. They're smaller, and they're kind of like
They're more like
they're short and fat basically.
nice.
Yeah, but they look very similar to caribou. But caribou look a lot like their bodies are a lot more
Well,
like
what does a
elk.
caribou look like if they don't look like an elk?
They're gray. They kind of got similar bodies to elk, but their head is a lot rounder. Their nose looks more like a moose, and they're
Oh.
like tan, white color, and their antlers are really like their antlers are weird.
Do they have the moose gobble thing?
Oh, the beard?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. They might.
I love the moose beard thing. It's
Yeah.
sick. Same with like turkeys, you know? I just want to grab it.
Mm-hmm. You scare me sometimes.
You want to pull the mic closer?
Yeah.
What, you don't want to grab it? When you see that, what do you think? You don't think, hey, don't bite my mic. The
beard.
yeah, you're not going to grab it.
No.
Why not?
Well, is the animal alive?
Well, it wouldn't be fun if it wasn't.
I don't feel like dying.
Then don't.
I mean, I say that, and I wanted to be a bull rider for a
Skill
while.
issue, bro.
Yeah. Maybe I should.
I mean, if you grab like a turkey's gobble, I feel like that'd hurt more than grabbing a moose's beard.
Well, moose would just fold you like a lawn chair.
Well, yeah, right. It wouldn't hurt the moose at all.
Yeah.
But grabbing like a turkey, I feel like, I mean, they'll probably be able to claw you up.
Oh, that would hurt. So, have you ever been around a turkey?
Yes.
Okay.
But not really. Like,
So-
I've never had to like handle one.
Yeah. So
I've been in the same vicinity as them.
Yeah.
I've also had to stop my car and watch a whole crowd of them cross.
Yeah. So on a tom, that's what a male turkey is, or a jake.
Shout out to Tom and Jake.
Yeah. And of course you got hens, which are
Yeah.
the female version.
It's the one that feeds me.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Well, I like eggs, dude.
Fair enough. The toms
I
and
guess a hen
jakes.
for a turkey would be different. I guess those don't feed me.
They still have eggs. Apparently
It's not
turkey
like a
eggs.
chicken hen.
Apparently turkey eggs are really good.
Oh, really?
So are duck eggs.
I've had a duck egg before.
Mm.
Yeah. I've also
Um,
had a quail egg.
I've heard quails, like, even though eggs are super small, they're really good.
Super small. I had them in Vietnam.
Are they good?
They would kind of like put it on top of your bowl of noodles and stuff.
Mm.
It was interesting. They're like little brown squishy eggs.
Oh, they're like hard boiled or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
don't
horrible.
know. It was an interesting flavor. It wasn't bad. It was just different.
Mhm.
What were you talking about? Stop looking at my handsome brother and
Sorry,
talk to me.
I want to kiss him on the mouth.
Hey, you are a gay Navy boy.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, isn't he in the Navy?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, he is, dude.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Then why is there a separate recruiting office?
They originated from the Navy.
Yeah, originated,
Yeah.
but it's not Navy
It's
anymore.
like the more gay version of the Navy.
Got
You
him.
gotta get it right everywhere.
Hey.
Oh, well, at least the Navy drives themselves.
Well, I mean, we do all the heavy lifting, so.
So why would you join?
That's true.
Anyways,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
so-
get back to it.
so a Jake is a young male turkey, and a Tom is an older male turkey. Typically, you want to get a
Yeah, you don't want
A
to shoot
Tom.
Jake.
well, you can, but it's kind of not impressive.
I will then.
Okay. So the way that you can tell, so on their legs, turkeys have these spurs, and they're like that big, and they're
A
just
little claw.
they're spikes. It's basically just a spike,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they
Ew.
use that to fight.
I don't want that fighting me.
Hens have really small ones.
But if you grab his gobble, what is he gonna do?
He has wings, and he can kick at you.
Yeah, but I have his gobble.
Fair enough. I mean,
Why do you want to join the military? What are you seeking in it?
God wills it.
Why do you think God wants that for you?
I don't know.
You don't know?
God works in mysterious ways.
You want to think about it?
I probably could think. I'll think about it.
Let's think about it right now. Do you think it fits you?
Yeah.
In what ways?
I need order in my life, and the military would provide that.
Dude, I need order in my life too.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe you should join me.
no. The military kind of order is a little I would die.
Join the Air Force.
I'm not man enough to be in the military, brother.
Air Force.
I'm not smart enough to be in the military.
Space Force.
Space Force I can get around to probably.
You could be like Captain Kirk.
Well, who's that? Is that a Star Trek reference?
Yes.
That's crazy. That took me a second.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a big Star Trek guy. I'm
Oh.
way more Star Wars. My dad was super into Star
Could
Trek.
be like General Kenobi.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a flattering comment right
Yeah.
there. Calling me Kenobi, dude. Ewan McGregor's kind of a babe. The oh man. What were we talking about?
I don't know. We
Before I got
we
distracted.
got on Ewan McGregor and
Oh yeah, the military. Like you said, the structure. Okay, yeah, like YouTube. With my World Box channel, right?
you still do that?
Kind of, sort of. I need to be.
Yeah, because I
I'm
saw
posting
some
on it,
stuff. I'm like,
3 months.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, this is like he posted this a year ago and he hasn't posted anything since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, because there's no structure, I am fully. It's reliant on my own self-discipline.
Be a cop.
No. The solution to it was this podcast,
Oh, fair enough.
which I have many reasons to believe is what God wants me to do, right?
Yeah.
But through a lot of answered prayers and all that, and all sorts of different direction. But
That's how I feel about the military. I've been praying about it a lot, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is what God wants me to do, and
Yeah,
so I
good.
decided to go with it. Do I know why He wants me to do it?
But yeah, my
No,
simulated World Box YouTube channel, right?
Mhm.
It's like, especially out of high school. Before I graduated, I was posting daily on there because I had all sorts of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
I'd wake up for school, go to sports. There was one more thing. I had a girlfriend, and then
Yeah.
I'd try and do YouTube, and that took a lot of time. I had no free time whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then as soon as school ended, I had no more sports, no more school, and my girlfriend and I broke up.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, all I have then is YouTube, and I became very complacent and had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So I stopped posting consistently, and yeah, so this and that was kind of like been the battle then. Ever since then, meeting
Yeah.
Jesus helped me a ton. That's for sure, especially when it comes to discipline and or a reason to get up in the morning. other than, because when it comes to me not posting on my YouTube channel, the only person it affects is me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
another thing I noticed is like when I stop like praying, or just kind of my relationship becomes stagnant or my relationship with Jesus becomes stagnant for some reason. Just like, I don't know, I just stop talking to him or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get lazy. Like, really lazy.
Yeah, everything sucks all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as I start pursuing him again, it's like, oh, it's actually not so bad. And I start waking up. And
I stop stressing more, or rather, I start stressing more when I'm not focusing on Christ, right? I start trying to take life into my own hands, which ultimately makes everything flop over my own head. I can't keep up with anything.
Yeah.
It's not only that, but you kind of lose that purpose. You lose that drive. You lose the armor of God, if you will.
Yeah.
You kind of succumb to your own flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Because like spiritual battles wise, it's literally a daily thing.
Yeah.
And if you're not constantly in communion with God, you're. What are you doing? I guess.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude. It's hard. It's not always easy to have a relationship with Christ. It's not.
Well, that was the thing. Like, no one ever said it was gonna be easy.
In fact, Christ said it wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, it is quite literally the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, dude, straight up. That's such a... Oh, man. It has been hard. It's like literally Jesus was so anti-cultural that he got crucified for it.
Mm-hmm.
When he's calling us to be the same
Silly
way.
Jews.
He's calling us to be like him. Which means that life is not going to be easy for us Christians, Nope. It's not going to be easy for people.
It might be easier for some, but it's... For most of us, no.
Many are blessed.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I am blessed enough to even know Christ even within the suffering, so that I may have joy and or peace through it.
Yeah, I remember this one guy. I follow him on Instagram. He's a Christian influencer. One of the things that I saw a recent post he's brought up was like, no matter, like, some people will know nothing but suffering by following Christ. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But other people are gonna have many blessings. And I'm lucky enough to know that I have blessings. I got many blessings. Don't have to. It sucks. I suffer sometimes, but I don't have to worry about it as much as other people do.
I think it's even that person who has no blessings, if you will. I don't think they have no blessings. If you have no blessings, I don't know if you're looking hard enough. It's kind of like even knowing Christ at all is a blessing in itself. For then, while you're in that suffering, you can
that someone is constant.
You can have joy. You have hope. What you have is a peace of mind of understanding the promise of Christ. That is, when you call upon His name, you will be with Him in heaven for eternity. Yeah. Dude. Christ as a whole it's been such a fun year trying to learn all about Him. Before then it was like all it was my distrust in the world and my questions and conspiracy theories, if you will, and it got to the point where I was going through existential crisis of I was like making maps and everything like that for my family to flee to the mountains because I thought the world was about to come to an end. And
well, it might be.
Yeah, it might be, but that's a whole other thing. The point is that I finally decided through my own like conviction and or convincing that all of this stuff points towards the reality that Satan is true and alive and attempting to pull us all away from Christ, right? That Christ must be real. Yeah. And I kind of came to
that's another thing like that actually kind of pisses me off about
makes you mad, makes you a little ingy.
Yes. About Satanists.
What makes you mad about Satanists?
Okay, like so there's a handful of people, like, well, it's more than a handful.
I know what Satanism is. You want me to explain what Satanism is?
Explain it to me.
Satanism is literally just, you can get to heaven any way you want. Literally, any belief system that you have is accepted. Yeah. You are okay the way you are, and you are perfect the way you are, and there's no need to change or strive to be better, because you are already perfect. Yep. That's all it is. It's just
causing people to sin.
It's a half truth. What it is it's trying to express love, but it's not real love. Mm-hmm. It's like if you have somebody who's, man, I don't know what's a good example. I don't know. I made my point. Go ahead.
Yeah. But there's this group of people, I can't remember who it was, but there's people that believe that in the devil, right? But they don't believe in God. It's like, what?
Yeah, that is kind of screwy.
You can't
I don't know if
believe
it's
in
that they
one and then
believe
not
in-
believe in the other.
I don't know if Satanists necessarily believe in the devil. And if they do, they believe that the devil is
Good.
not actually bad.
Yeah.
If anything, they would agree with the initial lie that, they can be their own God kind of thing,
Mhm.
which is the whole idea. If you can choose what is good, if you can form morality to whatever you deem is right and what is wrong, then you are playing God.
Yeah.
And you are your own God.
That's the thing. With a lot of modern society, like, we turned away from God, like our humanity as a whole.
Yeah.
Especially during the Industrial Revolution and the Scientific Revolution and all that. We're like, oh, well, this is a theory of how it happened, because there's a few people who like, oh, I don't know if God's real or not, but then they're like, oh, this must be true because it seems like it happened, which it may have, I don't know. And they're like, oh, then God's not real. And
Clearly
people,
not.
but I mean, every single, like, especially recently, because I've been kind of in Revelation a little bit, as well as just looking at world events. I'm like, this is said it would happen in the Bible,
Yeah.
and this is happening now in real life. Huh?
Yeah, prophecy's there, bro. I think all
Yeah.
of human history, past, present, and future, is all written out in the Bible. There's my brother, he sent me a video actually. It's about interpreting Daniel's dreams, or not Daniel's dreams. Well, some of Daniel's dreams, but otherwise it was, I believe, Nebuchadnezzar. I think that's the king. Where
Yeah, Daniel was the one who
interpreted the
His
dream for the
dreams.
king.
Yeah.
Who his dream was about a statue of some kind, where the head was gold, the chest was silver, the like waist, I guess, was bronze, the legs were iron, and the feet were iron mixed with clay.
Mhm.
And then it goes into based off of the characteristics that it's given to us through the guides of what is it called when you have like a checklist and you're comparing some to the others, and like the one that has the most check boxes.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, that's your point.
Yeah, you kind of can go through history then and check box each single one. Man, there's definitely a term for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's gonna bug me. And kind of see which empire fits for each description, right? And it's like the Babylon is the head, which I think Daniel just calls him out. He's like, "You're the head. You're the golden head," right?
Yeah.
Then so Babylon then is conquered by Medo-Persia. I think that's what it's called, Medo-Persia, something like that. The Medo-Persian Empire, which is the silver. Then they're conquered by an empire of bronze, which is Greece. And then Rome conquers Greece, which is the iron legs. Iron is so strong. What's stronger than iron, right? And then, so nobody conquers Rome, but then rather Rome gets divided amongst itself after it collapses on its own, which is then the iron with the clay.
Yeah.
And it goes into all the symbolism of it and how those checklists are kind of formed from all the different meanings of the words and everything that's been used, right? Super cool. But then it goes into Daniel has further dreams, along with John and Revelation, and how everything that's been described is either able to be attributed to something
That's already happened.
that has already
Or
happened,
is happening or will
is happening right now, and the rest of it then, of course, is something that will happen
Mm-hmm.
because it's biblical. It's biblical prophecy.
Yeah.
As everything else has come to truth, if you will, come to present.
Come to
then
pass. Yeah.
everything else will come to pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Another thing that intrigued me was the Antichrist. I've been looking into that a lot.
Oh man, yeah.
That's a whole bucket of worms.
Yeah, it is.
So
I don't know if we're supposed to know who it is. I don't know if the Bible says that we can't know.
Well,
there's a few things that the Bible says that we can't know.
I saw some things like, so I was doing some research into it yesterday. I occasionally go on like, I'm gonna look.
Maybe it's just another checklist one. Again,
Yeah.
wrong term. There's something.
Yeah.
There's a word for it.
There's this.
Connecting the dots.
Yeah.
maybe?
So like, my theory, like, there's a whole bunch of theories on who, like, what race he's gonna be.
Process of elimination. Figured
There
it out.
you go.
That's what it is. Through process of elimination.
Took us. What time was it? 10 minutes.
10 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Go on.
But there's a whole bunch of theories on what, like, race he's gonna be. Of course.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, like, me and my
I
buddy,
hope-
I think
ooh.
he's either gonna be Jewish or Gentile.
Well, yeah, but Gentile includes everything other
Yeah.
than Jewish.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you're definitely right.
Yeah, the thing. Yeah.
He's either one of those.
Apparently, I
Covered
need to
every-
read. I need to read to the point where it says it, but apparently the Bible says that we will not know who he is.
He says that he will be loved by all people.
Yes.
And I think that includes us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. But then eventually, you know, we'll have to get a mark on our right hand and
then
or
we will
forehead.
realize.
But my brother, he was telling me of this cool idea with that, and or it's either a different interpretation or just a new way of thinking about it, where it's not like a literal physical mark, but rather the hand representing your actions. So your actions are what is worshiping the beast, right? And then your head with your thoughts, because if your thoughts control your actions,
That makes a lot
you know,
more
it's,
sense.
yeah,
That makes
it's
a lot of
like
sense.
you're not actually gonna have the number 666 inked up on your head or hand or whatever it will be, right? But rather it's a representation of your love and what you follow and or worship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a like those two spots in particular are very symbolic of such things being your actions and or your
I mean, it is
motives,
also
your
very possible
intentions.
that we literally have a mark put in our hand or head.
That's also very possible. I don't know. But that is absolutely another way of looking at it.
I mean, we
assuming-
will know when it comes to pass.
Yeah, I think we will. Based off of how serious it seems to be when it comes to, I think it literally says if you have the mark, like you're screwed. You're not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't, although I'll explain that in a second.
I might be wrong on that.
Yeah. But I think he could very well be a Jew. But apparently the Bible says he's going to be a Gentile.
Oh, it does?
Apparently.
Oh.
I'd have to read that and make sure. But I think it's very well possible that he could be a Jew.
You think he's alive yet? I don't know if we're in the end times yet or not. If anything, I feel like biblical prophecy
I think
wise.
I don't know if we're specifically in the end times yet, but we're definitely.
We're in the setup for it, I would argue.
We're getting there.
It's like this is the first time that technology is to a point where everything can go digital. In fact, the World Economic Forum, the 2030 agenda run by them, it's all about digitizing everything. The entire economic system of the entire world, they're going to try and move it to a digital system with a digital ID. So then basically, if every single transaction is digital and every single person is digital, then everybody can be controlled and or tracked.
Yeah.
Tracked. Every single purchase, every single everything, it can all be overlooked and managed by an AI. Like it's, for the first time ever, a one world government, if you will.
Could be possible.
A central government could be feasible
Mm-hmm.
and actually work. Where, like, let's say Rome, if Rome conquered the entire world, you're on your farmhouse far away from Rome, let's say in America, even though you're conquered, like, technically you're under the emperor, but it's, like, the emperor, they're not watching you. They don't, you know, you're able to go out and buy in a market. They have no control over you whatsoever, even if it's technically a one world government. But like this way, they will literally be able to, especially with the digital ID, and if your bank account and money is all digital, it talks about how Christians will be excommunicated from the world pretty much in the economy, right? It's like they can do that so easily
that's
by
like,
a click of a button.
You know what's interesting? That's literally in the Bible. Apparently that's like literally in the Bible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we will be persecuted.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that fun, dude?
No.
Oh.
Persecution is not gonna be fun.
No, it's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
But at least I can have joy through it.
I'm gonna hide in the mountains. I don't know about you.
Really? I think it calls us to not do that, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's like I was making maps for my family to leave to the mountains and stuff like that when spit hits the fan. Then all of a sudden I met Jesus and it's like, oh, actually,
don't worry about it.
I think we are called to run into the chaos and or run into the evil to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
We were called to, you know, it's like Jesus came down not for the healthy, if you will, spiritually speaking.
Yeah.
Like I think he used it as an analogy, like he came down for the sick and the
Yeah.
tax collectors and the whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when he would go and sit at a table with people.
Yeah. He also said, another thing he said is, I did not come to bring peace. I came with a sword.
I think he came to bring peace the first time, which is why he rode in with a donkey. But the next time he shows up in the clouds,
he's like, I will not
he'll be on a
come.
white
I'm not
stallion.
coming for peace. I'm coming for with a sword.
Yeah, so kings, what they used to do is, if they ever came to a kingdom, they would ride in with a donkey for peace, and they would ride in on a horse for war. So Jesus himself rode in on a donkey into Jerusalem
For peace.
For peace.
Then the Jews killed him.
For peace and forgiveness and all that. But the next time he shows up, he's going to be on a white stallion, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to conquer.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Gabriel absolutely wipe the floor with Satan.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Dude,
I'll probably get caught in the crossfire. Ah!
You see just a giant boxing ring appear in the sky.
Oh, wow. That would be sick.
Yeah, you see just ding.
Also, I'll get like teleported up there with popcorn.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, dude,
G
it's
just
gonna be sick.
turns into Mike Tyson.
What do you think heaven's going to be like?
I don't know.
I have so many theories.
It's gonna be awesome though. I can tell you that much.
I guarantee you it's going to be a lot like this, just without all this sucky.
Yeah.
Like, the closest thing I think that we can get to is Garden of Eden. Not only that, but then...
But we don't even know where that is.
Well, no, we don't know where that is, but it's been described. It's...
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. There are theories on where it is, but
like,
we don't know.
I guess the point of that is just trying to get away from the... We're going to be floating around in clouds harmonizing forever. You know, it's like...
We're not.
No, absolutely not. God
It
literally...
literally says like we're gonna have jobs.
We're going to be on a new earth. We're going
Yeah.
to be laborers, as Adam was told to labor over the garden, right?
Mhm.
He's to tend to the garden. You know, it's going to be fun, dude. I think it's going to be a lot like Earth in that sense, if that makes sense.
Except we don't die,
Except we don't die,
which would be pretty cool.
nor do we ache.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be
Forever,
fun.
the only like
I want to build a house and
Yeah.
have my eternal house.
dude, forever's gonna be a long time.
Kind of cool. Yeah, forever will be a long time. You think you'll ever get bored of it?
In heaven, I don't think so.
Why not?
There'll always be something to do.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. It is literally, we do serve an infinite God after all.
Yeah.
Do you think the story will end once we get up to heaven and they lived happily ever after, or do you think it'll keep going?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but like, well, I guess we are basically living happily ever after. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he promises us that we'll be with him forever.
Yeah.
Up there, so it's not like we'll have like a fear of not being with him anymore.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean the story ends necessarily.
yeah,
I guess I don't know if I'm. Is it
the
are we
Bible
capable of even-
ended.
The
like-
Bible ended, but the Bible wasn't even here before.
Yeah.
You know, like the New Testament. That's not true, actually. It's been here for quite a while, but it is post-flood, I
Yeah.
think. So, like, you know, pre-flood, I believe
Well, except for Noah.
I think it's with the genealogies that from the garden to Noah.
Oh, Genesis and Exodus are pre-flood.
Are they
Oh no,
really?
no. Parts of Genesis are.
Oh.
Exodus isn't.
Well, parts of them, I thought Genesis was written by Moses, though.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Noah, like, carried over a book. I don't think.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think the book of Enoch, I think some people theorize that Noah may have written it.
Book of Enoch. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It's Apocrypha. Do you know about the Apocrypha? There's a lot
Isn't
of
that
books in the
Catholic?
Bible. Some of them may derive from Catholic origin. There's a lot of reasons for these books to not be included within the canon of the Bible.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of reasons why they're still included within the Apocrypha, if that makes sense.
Okay, which
Whereas,
is
like,
not officially canon of the Bible.
They're not
but-
officially canon because there's either they don't know who wrote it, they can't historically validate it for some reason, or maybe there's like one or two contradictions within them, kind of thing. That they've been heavily studied, if you will,
Yeah.
and some sort of convention at some time, I don't remember what it's called, determined that it wasn't canon.
Huh.
The Ethiopian Bible still includes the Book of Enoch. The Book of Jude, which is in the Bible, the New
Yeah.
Testament, it quotes the Book of Enoch. So it's like these
Okay.
books may have
Well,
value
I think-
or some truth within them, but that doesn't mean that they're fully scriptural, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the interesting about it being included in the Ethiopian Bible is because the Ethiopian Bible is, to the extent of my knowledge, is the oldest Bible in the world. Like it dates back the
That makes
furthest.
sense why the Book of Enoch would be in it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have any other Apocrypha then.
I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll try and get my hands on one.
Well, the Book of Enoch is all about the 1,600-ish years. I think I'm right on that number. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Just the years between Adam and Noah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just the time. Okay.
Just like
So it's like in
that's-
between. Oh yeah, because like
If you think about-
the story of Adam and his sorry,
No, dude, you're
the
good.
story of
I'm interrupting you too.
Adam and his family was only for a few chapters. I realized.
Yeah. 1,600 years of human history that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue that a lot of the pyramids and bigger structures on this earth that are left behind that are so unfathomable to us that they have even been constructed is from that time. And I would argue
I would not
that
be
it's-
surprised.
I think that's what the Book of Enoch goes into, where, again, this is not scriptural. Book of Enoch
Because
is
we don't
not
know.
scripture.
Yeah.
But
Officially not scripture.
At least don't hold it to the same weight. I believe it's
That's one of my things.
like I think we can use it as like it should not be disregarded completely.
Yeah. That's one of my things with the Catholics. Like they added so turns out when Martin Luther created created his Bible, which I'll say translated into German and then was translated to other languages. The reason he did not keep was it 6 books?
I don't know.
Something like that. So the Catholic Bible has a few more books than Protestant Bibles do.
They've added a lot.
Supposedly. Well, they have added a lot.
Maybe not
other
like
stuff.
to the Bible, but they have other scriptural texts.
Yeah. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I don't think they are scripture. But
I think it's a bad thing, but we can get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Actually, I like this carpet. Hold on.
This carpet?
This
Oh,
carpet's
yeah.
nice.
By the way, this carpet's fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice. Anyways. Don't look at me like that.
My man.
Anyways. The Catholic Bible has more books than the Protestant ones, but apparently the reason why Martin Luther did not include them in his Bible, in his translation of the Bible, is because they had not been canonized by the Catholic Church yet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why they weren't canonized by the Catholic Church yet?
I think a few of the same reasons why there's a bunch of non-canon books of the Bible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Something about them wasn't quite trustworthy.
Yeah.
Or
they ended up canonizing them. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Well, the Catholic Church, according to them, right, they have authority over the Bible.
Yeah, which is not.
The Pope has, like, a man has authority over the Bible, which is some of the Daniel's interpretations, either of Daniel's dreams himself, I believe, and or visions. It describes, like, a beast of some kind with 10 horns, and that came to represent, like, 10 ethnic groups, if you will, and then, or 10 people groups, which all turned into, like, the modern people, if you will, like English, French, all that jazz, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it be.
The Europeans, basically.
A lot of the Europeans, driven from the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And then 3 of those horns actually disappear. So 3 of those people group, those ethnic groups, have been completely wiped out, which has happened. There are 3 ethnic groups, I don't remember what they're called, that were completely now extinct. And then from those 3, it seems to have been uprooted by a smaller horn that's coming through, and it has a man's head, and it's supposed to, I don't know, the video explained all the symbolism and how, like, it checked the boxes, if that makes sense, but it's supposed to represent the Pope and the Catholic Church, the papacy. Super interesting stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
something I gotta tell you, I was actually interested in becoming a Catholic for a little while.
Ooh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But I kind of looked into it. I'm like, I don't really like the Pope.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole papacy thing.
What led you to even consider it?
I liked the biggest thing. I liked how serious they took worship.
Yeah,
and how serious they take Jesus.
Yes, absolutely.
That is
the
biggest thing
for sure.
But then I started looking into Orthodoxy a little bit more. I'm not Catholic or Orthodox.
I don't care if you were, dude. That'd be sick. I'd love to talk to you all about it.
Oh yeah. But I looked into Orthodoxy a little bit more. They have a similar Bible to the Catholics. They've got a couple of different books, I think, though. But they don't have the papacy.
Yeah.
And that attracted me because they also take the worship of God very seriously.
If you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest
There's
thing.
No laser shows and.
Yeah, that's what took me. That's what interested me the most about it. So.
Cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know too much about Orthodoxy. I think that's the one that I know the least about.
Yeah. I didn't know
the Catholic Church and the Vatican specifically is tied into a lot of the satanic imagery and or satanic cult, like deep state, if you will.
Yeah.
Like what's ruling the world. The Vatican itself, it has a ton of symbolism that they claim to represent Christ, and I don't think it does whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's actually like a giant building. I think it's within the Vatican. They tell you it's not, but it looks like it's the shape of a snake.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen that.
And then within its mouth, if that makes sense, between the teeth of the snake head, it has I think it's called. What is it's like a big sculpture, if you will.
Oh, that's a different building, but I know what you're talking about. The giant skull. It's supposed to be like Jesus coming down
It's
from
supposed
heaven.
to be Jesus doing something, and it looks so despicable. It looks horrid.
It looks evil.
It looks evil, and from a certain angle, Jesus' head is distorted to the point where it forms the face of a snake. You can literally just go find the right angle, and it's a snake. It's what it is, and it's a ton of symbolism. The statue is something called like Jesus of Nazareth of the Resurrection or something.
Yeah, the resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth.
Something like that. Yeah, that's what it's called within this big snakehead building. It's the Catholic Church is really interesting, especially when it comes to watching that video with the prophecy, because the papacy as a whole completely fills the idea of the best lie as a half truth. It's Jesus plus this stuff, right? Which then, so by the time you're getting up to heaven, or judgment day, if you will, it's like, do you really know Christ, or do you know what you were told to believe of Christ, if that makes sense?
That's why, like, I believe it's possible to be Catholic and be a follower of Christ. But
yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess I shouldn't claim that it's like the biggest salvation issue. I don't know.
I do believe that that if you are Catholic, you are saved.
I hope so, dude.
But the Roman Catholic Church, which is what we typically refer to as the Catholic Church, I do not believe is a truly Christian church, just because of the people who lead it.
Who are they?
That'd be like the papacy.
Francis,
him.
Shout out to Francis, dude.
Yeah.
Come on my podcast.
Someone you should actually talk about this. He's actually in town right now. Is Luke Roberts.
Okay.
Trying to get him. Possibly
text him, dude. Yeah. Give me his number. I'll reach out.
I will. We actually ran cross country with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Luke Roberts.
That Luke Roberts. Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome talking to him.
Yeah. I actually had a talk with him about it a little bit. Because Bryson.
Kempton.
Yep. He's Catholic now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
believe it or not.
I gotta talk to him.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
Yeah. Him and I talked to Luke Roberts because he knows more about it than I do. I believe, anyways.
Well, what's he? Does he claim to?
He's Protestant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He goes to an Anglican church. Which
I don't know too much about that denomination, if you will. I've learned a lot about Pentecostals, and I know a little bit about Baptists. That's kind of where my knowledge ends.
So, do you know what the Episcopal Church is?
Episcopal?
Something like that.
Episcopal?
Yeah, that one.
I've heard about. I think they're supposed to be super extreme, right?
Kind
Episcopal.
They're them, and they're the same thing as Anglican, just different name.
I think it's supposed to be very legalist.
I don't know much about that.
I could be super wrong.
I thought about going to one just to see what it's like, but I don't know.
Sure, dude, go for it.
But yeah, so they're the same thing as the Anglican, just American. Same name or it's different name. That's it.
Just in America.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. But I was really interested in Orthodoxy because of the lack of the Pope, was also the seriousness in which they take the worship of Jesus Christ, which is really what I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you think you need a church to worship Christ?
No.
Ballin'. Yeah, me neither, dude. I think that's the big Catholic church idea.
That's what Jesus said. It's like wherever two or more are gathered, I am there. Something along those lines. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I believe that even when there's not two or more gathered, he is still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does say that, doesn't he?
Yeah. Because
cool.
I think church isn't a building. It's not necessarily a group of people. And I believe it's wherever you make it and wherever God. If you're worshiping God in your house by yourself, that could be church.
I think what you're trying to say is that it's not the building, it's the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where the church, like Jesus came down. There's a cool timeline where Adam and Eve in the garden, during the garden, God, like heaven and earth were one, if that makes sense. They were combined, God was residing amongst them. Mm-hmm. Then the fall happened and it caused separation.
The split, yeah.
Right? And then so the split happened, heaven and earth completely divided, and basically everybody then lived in like a hopeless world where they all, through prophecy and all that, they knew that eventually a Messiah would come that would reunite heaven and earth. right?
Being Jesus Christ.
Being Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ fulfilled prophecy, died on the cross, and now what it is that the Holy Spirit, through the day of Pentecost, has now entered the world, if you will, and now resides within us believers. So basically, the connection, like heaven and earth is not completely reunited yet, but rather heaven can be experienced through the Holy Spirit living within us.
Yeah.
So each of us walking around who has the Holy Spirit within themselves is heaven walking around pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
Makes sense to me.
reconnection of God.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. So then by the time Jesus comes back with a white stallion and slaughters everybody, it'll be the final reunification of heaven and earth.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a new heaven and a new earth. Super cool.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, that's for sure. That's putting it lightly.
It'll be a little neat.
Just a little bit.
A little cool, I think. A little bit. Cool, dude. You want to take a break?
Sure.
Break. So
solid.
crucifixion being one of the worst ways to die.
Okay, so...
I would disagree, actually. I feel like... man, I was really hoping I'd have something funny to say.
Just say something off the top of your head.
I'm trying. It's not coming to me. You know it'd be worse than that?
What's that?
Going to buy some pizza and being disappointed because it was stale.
Like, what kind of pizza?
Man, dude, this flopped, man. This
that was bad.
All right, go on.
And
What were you gonna say about
if you
crucifixion?
come up with something better, let me know.
I'll figure it out, dude.
Okay, so let's say like you know like drowning, right? It sucks, obviously, because you're awake the whole time. But like combine.
I'm laughing at my stupidity. Just keep going.
Okay. But imagine like you're suffocating, okay?
Oh yeah, that sucks.
But you've got like basically railroad spikes nailed through your wrists and your ankles. And the only way you can breathe is by lifting yourself up on those spikes after you've been whipped, flogged, which
It's worse.
is way worse. Like
'Cause
you're
it tears
basically
the
like
skin.
yeah,
it's like fishing. I'm gonna sneeze.
it's glass and metal shards.
Oh, it's like man.
It's like fish hooks. It's like
Fish hooks. That's what I was going for.
being whipped with fish hooks.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Jesus was whipped so bad like that is like his internal
I
orders
think he
were
was
showing.
Yeah, I guarantee you he was unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Awful experience. I want to take back what I said earlier. That is not worse than having stale pizza. In fact, that is probably the worst way to die. I don't know if there can be a worse one. The only one that would initially come to mind is like being boiled to death, which is what happened to John, except it didn't work. He survived.
Mm-hmm.
Or being burned to death. But even then, it's like that's
quick.
That's
quick.
quick.
That's really quick.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's a lot of pain.
Okay, what about this? Let me just try and challenge the idea.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it. What about being like an empty pot, like an empty metal pot? You're thrown into it and it's on fire. You know, you're cooking. So like anywhere you touch, you're like burning. You're like melting.
That's actually been done before.
I'm sure it has.
You know by who?
I don't know. Caesar.
The Persians, I think.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
It's actually the guy who invented it was actually executed in it.
Really?
He was the first one. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's awful.
It's called the brazen bowl. It's basically a giant, like either brass or copper bowl.
What, did they execute him just because they was like, that's such a good idea, you're dead now?
He I don't know. I can't remember.
Some crime?
Yeah, but it's got a door on the side. It's got locks.
You think after inventing that, you would try and be a lawful citizen?
Yeah. So they opened it up, tossed him in, and then lit a fire underneath him. So it slowly heated up.
Oh.
Which is worse.
But is that worse than crucifixion? I don't think so.
No. And some guys...
The idea of... Like, I feel like even that would be quicker, would it? How long would it take to die in this? Like...
You'd
probably die of heat.
Oh,
like,
you definitely heat.
Because it wouldn't just be the burning aspect of it. Like, the whole temperature of the inside of the bowl would heat up to the point where your body would pass out. And
yeah, you couldn't stand the heat.
Man. Yeah, see, crucifixion, you're just chilling like it's outside.
But it would take you probably an hour or two in the brazen bowl. I'm not sure. It would still suck, but obviously, because you're basically just melting inside of a steel bowl.
Yeah.
And people can hear you screaming inside of it. It sounds like a
I
bowl.
wonder how long it takes compared to crucifixion. Because crucifixion, though...
Crucifixion can literally take days.
Yeah, dude, you're so right. In Jesus' regard, though, I don't think it would have taken days. I mean, it didn't.
Well, it didn't. It took him a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because of how badly he was beaten before, I think.
Right, so then when your back is so unrecognizable that you could see your lungs breathing, probably, who knows, I guess. That's a...
Yeah.
I just pulled that out of my butt. But to, like, describe how bad it was, right? When you have your organs showing, it's like... And you're sitting there, you have to pull yourself up, you know, from the
Like,
rail.
you die from
the
exhaustion.
rail nails, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It died of exhaustion. When you have all of those
If you
wounds,
don't...
that's what you die of?
Yeah. If you don't...
Crazy.
You either die from the amount of blood loss. Like, Jesus could have died from the blood loss. And probably should have died from the blood loss. Like, if he was a normal human, because, you know, he was literally... He's God in human form. He would have died from blood loss. Like, he should have... Apparently, from what I heard, the amount of damage they did to him during the whipping, or during the flogging, would have killed the normal man.
Yeah. Oh, man, dude. Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like... Man, dude. Anytime I really do think about it,
Yeah.
Have you seen Joe? It was on Joe Rogan's podcast. Jordan. It was a Jordan Peterson interview, and
I don't watch podcasts all that often, to be honest.
Okay. Do you know about Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, I know who he is.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was explaining the crucifixion, and it brought him to tears as he's describing it, for what it means and what God has done for us, what Christ has done for us, and it's anytime I start thinking about it, I think of that, and the way that he so emotionally
it was horrible
described the weight of exactly what was going on, not only the pain but the burden that Christ took from us. Insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally to the point where
like,
I cannot fathom it. It's to the point where I don't think am I even capable of being thankful for it?
It's hard because
I
like
can't
how
understand
much
it
he
because of how much it really means. How
much he
can I even
bore
be?
for us. Yeah. Like, there's another thing that people often speculate on. When Jesus says, "Oh Lord, why have thou forsaken me?" when he's on the cross.
Yeah.
People think I can't remember who said it. I think might have been Jordan Peterson. But he was saying that, like, oh no, there was another different guy. I can't think of his name. He goes to college campuses and preaches. You may have seen him every once in a while.
Cliff Connectley?
Yeah, him.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I like it. He's got some good stuff. He's got a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. I learned something every single time I hear him speak.
But he was saying that, like, the reason he thinks that Jesus said that is because that was the moment when he took all of our sin upon him, and God cannot be within sin.
Right. Wow.
So that's why he said, "God, or Father, why have thou forsaken me?" Because God left him, because he cannot be within the sin.
Wow. Oh yeah, like the innocent lamb has now been dirtied. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shivers up the spine. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. I never even questioned that. Whoa, dude. That's
it's
wild.
friggin' blows your mind.
I've always wanted to know where Christ went during those 3 days. If he, like, went down to hell, or whatever version of hell was there during that time, or if he was just back up in heaven with.
Because I remember, I don't know. There's another thing that said, like people think he went to hell for some reason.
I saw a video. It was kind of showing more that he went on a Sheol, which is basically like
he went to
where the believers went, or the people who put their faith in God.
Right before they went to heaven.
Like before Christ died.
Yeah.
So before Christ died, there was no forgiveness. There was no redemption, if that makes sense. So they were placed in Sheol, which is described more as just a eternal darkness and or quietness. It's a place of still. You know, it's like so your soul would just kind of reside there until Christ did his thing. And then so the way that video described it was how after Christ died on the cross, then he went down to Sheol and like
was just chilling there for 3 days. And
I don't know if he was chilling there for 3 days rather than rising up the people that have been waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
And taking them to heaven.
Yeah, and taking them to heaven.
That would
pretty
make
much.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why or how that would take 3 days. It kind of comes back to like God is so above, or like he's separate of time. So 3.
It may have been
is
3
very
days in our
symbolic in the
time,
Bible.
but yeah.
3 days our time, yeah, right. But like 3 is very symbolic in the Bible. It means
The
like
Godhead is 3
completeness
in 1.
and or
Completeness, yeah.
completeness and another thing, other synonyms to completeness.
Yeah.
So
Also, the triune God, 3 in 1.
Yeah, the Trinity. Oh yeah, that's a.
Yeah.
Oh dude, that's cool. Ooh.
God knows what he's doing.
Yeah, dude, he does. There's symbolism and everything.
Yeah.
I firmly believe in a ton of symbolism. I think it's everywhere, even like in regular day life. Did you see the King Charles, like his first ever official
painting?
portrait?
Yeah, that's weird.
The painting where if you flip it and reverse it, it's literally the Baphomet.
I did not see that.
Really, like the red. It's like a red, scary looking portrait.
I seen his portrait. It's weird, but I didn't see the Baphomet.
The red
thing.
one?
Yeah, I saw the red one.
Yeah, so if you take a copy of it, flip it and mirror it, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
It forms the Baphomet with the horns and everything.
That's not good.
It's terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't fear.
I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of
We
demons.
shouldn't be afraid of it, but it is like
If Jesus asked me,
it's like a wow moment.
Yeah.
It's like a whoa, dude. It's like they're getting pretty obvious with it now. I would think.
Yeah, if Jesus asked me to, I'd fist fight the devil,
Elon Musk,
and I would win.
Elon Musk in his Twitter profile, he's wearing this weird like red black suit, like armor suit.
Yeah, of course he is.
And in the middle of it, it's an upside down cross with the Baphomet.
Something interesting. So the upside down cross isn't a symbol of the devil.
What is it a symbol of?
So Peter,
Yeah.
he's crucified upside down. It's just Saint Peter's cross. It's not like a specific like symbol. Like,
I would disagree.
why is that?
So I think although first of all, Peter was not a saint by any means. That's definitely like more of a Catholic term to try and I don't know.
It's weird the way they do it.
Peter did it simply to not to replicate or to
he
put himself below Christ.
The reason he did it is because he's like, I'm not worthy of dying in the same fashion.
But like, what is sin? It's like distortion of God's good intended purpose of His creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like ultimately, what does an upside down cross represent? It's a distortion of Christ's sacrifice for us, if that makes sense. I don't think that's what Peter was doing.
No, I think Peter had good intentions when he did it.
But when like the Baphomet,
when they twisted it.
They twist it like especially in a lot of our music today. There's a lot of big, huge artists that have a lot of satanic messaging and or symbolism, and they all use the upside down cross either in their clothing and or prop sets, their backgrounds at concerts and stuff like that. Yeah. And I don't think that's Peter's sign. I don't think that's what Peter wanted from that.
No, definitely not.
So
he's probably rolling in his grave.
It's more of a distortion of the message of the gospel.
Yeah. Just because that's what people have made it. But yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Do you think they're saints?
What do you mean? Like,
well, I guess what does a saint mean? Let me look that up, because my understanding of a saint is somebody that is not, or that hasn't sinned. But maybe that's not what it means. Because it's like they've definitely all sinned. Yeah. The only person who has it is Jesus Christ. I know the Catholics believe that Mary is sinless, so Saint Mary.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Where I believe she is just as much of a sinner as the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Saint
dictionary. A person acknowledged as holy or virtuous and typically regarded as being in heaven after death. Oh, okay. So maybe I have a wrong definition of it.
I guess if by the in heaven after death saint, then I suppose yes, they would be. But
you don't
I'm not going to call
being like a perfect individual, if you will. But being in heaven afterwards, I guess so. By that definition, they are saints, and in fact, anybody with the Holy Spirit within them is a saint. Yeah,
not by the Catholic definition, though.
Oh, what's the Catholic is it different? You're saying?
Well, whatever they're because they're not like specifically holy, I guess.
Catholic definition.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's look.
I don't know if there was much of a difference.
A saint is someone who lived a holy life and is believed to be in heaven. The word saint comes from the Latin word sanctus, which means holy. The Catholic Church believes that saints are models of virtue and intercessors who God gives to the church on earth. Yeah, so they believe that they are intercessors who God gives to the church on earth.
Yeah,
which
no,
I would
they're not
with to a
they're
degree.
not intercessors, but they are. But I think they are models of what Christians should be.
I believe they are used by Christ
Yes.
to lead or show Christ or show God's example. You know,
Peter,
if that makes sense?
especially Peter.
But they don't have authority over God's word, like
No.
I believe the Catholics believe.
the only intercessor is Jesus Christ. He said that specifically.
Amen, dude.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, Jesus said that explicitly. Like no.
Bro, where have you been working since high school?
I worked at the city of City Post Falls for a little bit. And then-
Quemlin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
nice.
was also on Mo Crew, and I worked at their wastewater department.
Oh. Whoa, what did that entail?
I was on the stormwater, so I'd go and dig ditches and mow and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cut my finger open on those.
Yeah, that's some hard work right there.
I was sharpening mower blades one day, and I cut my finger open on
How do
the so
How do you sharpen a mower blade? Whoa.
angle grinder.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you keep the blade in place? I guess you take it off of the mower.
Yeah, so
You're not like just an upside down mower angle grinding.
no, you just so they got a really big bolt in the bottom, and we got this like 1/2-inch impact gun.
Oh, that's sick.
And pull it off, tighten it down to in a vise, and just buzz it. And I cut my finger on the angle grinder.
Ow, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was fun. Was that a hospital trip, some stitches, or how did it
It
go?
took me 3 stitches.
Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. I don't think I've ever had stitches, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always been scared of it.
If I didn't, because I wouldn't have gone to the hospital, but I worked at the wastewater plant. And well, that thing hurt. It hurt bad.
I'm sure it would, dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what?
Ouchie, ouch, ouch, ouch,
I'm gonna go and just in case, because I don't want to get an infection. You know, because I work at the poop plant. Literally, I can show you where it is.
Poopy.
And so I'm like, I wasn't gonna get stitches because it wasn't terribly bad. I was like, I had a Band-Aid. I just wanted to get disinfected just in case. But they're like, you know what? We'll just throw some stitches in there. I'm like, all right, cool. So I put my stitches in. That's
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. What is it like to work there? What is it?
It's hot, and I don't like the guys there all that.
Ew, dude, like hot. Does it smell?
It smells mostly like dirt.
Oh, that's not that bad.
There is one section. There's a biofilter. Like it just filters out other stuff.
Just poo air.
Yeah, and that's the only section that smells bad. But
Ew, dude.
other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, that would be awful if it just smelled like
Yeah.
feces the whole time that you're working there.
It mostly just smells like dirt.
Was it a complex process of cleaning the water? Like, how do you...
I was never in that department, but it was.
Gotcha.
They had a lot, and they were expanding it right now actually. So they're doing a lot more.
Yeah, Post Falls keeps growing.
Yeah, there's a huge complex process to it. Lots of chemicals, obviously. And
Do you have any cool coworker stories? What shenanigans can you get up to there that you're not supposed to be doing, but you were doing anyway because it's fun?
Not really off the top of my head. I mean, I didn't really hang out with all the guys were older than me. So.
Ooh, okay, gotcha.
I ran over a bird once on a lawnmower.
No, a bird. Oh, I like anytime I'm driving. There's always birds that come so close. It was
on a lawnmower.
Yeah, that's awful.
I'm going along.
Oh,
I'm like, oh crap.
just
I
feathers.
see what was left of the bird shoot out like 50 feet,
Oh.
and a bunch of feathers pop out. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
What do you do after that? You gotta bury it, name it, put a little cross on the grave.
No.
Oh, poor little bird, dude. Give it a little flower.
Lucky for him, he got out of the other mower path. So.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, it sucks.
Shoot. If I accidentally killed a bird, I don't know what I would do. Now, if I'm going hunting for a bird, that's completely different.
Yeah.
But if I accidentally kill one, I'd feel pretty bad. Birds
Yeah,
are little
that
cute
would suck.
things.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that funny how we care about cute things but not ugly things?
Maybe a little bit.
Or maybe even like the difference between fish and a mammal. If I kill a fish,
I don't care.
whatever, dude. Glub glub. Glub glub to his
But
grave.
there's like so many fish though.
Yeah. Well, they are, and they're so foreign to us. There's no emotion.
Mm-hmm.
There's no emotion whatsoever. All I see is a dumb little fish, dude, that has no thoughts other than
Swim.
yeah,
And eat.
swim, glub,
Yeah.
glub. But like when it comes to even a mouse, like a mammal that is extremely tiny, they tend to react to things in a way that I can relate to.
Yeah.
Which
Like
a fish does not
fish,
do on
they
a single
swim,
level.
They swim away, but they don't really do anything else.
Kind of.
Like I've
They
seen
like swim away and then they swim back. It's like
I've seen some there's some smart fish.
it's not like a mouse having fun, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different. There's no connection to a fish whatsoever. Same way like stepping on an ant. I love ants. I think they're fascinating and awesome, but I don't feel bad about it. Maybe I should. Maybe that's disrespecting God's creation.
Maybe.
I don't know if that's a sin or not. I
think
mean, disrespecting his creation probably is,
Yeah.
but stepping on an ant, even on accident
I don't know.
or on purpose, I don't know. I've killed a lot of ants, dude.
Yeah.
Growing up, find an anthill, I'd bring like hot water, pour it all over it.
There was a guy.
Man.
He would go and like melt down like aluminum or tin. something
Oh,
like that.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Pour it into an anthill?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
He's got a YouTube channel.
I've seen a lot of YouTube
Oh,
videos
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
And or they poured concrete for like 3 days into one of the biggest ones.
Oh,
found
in Africa? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's freaking like
It's
a
huge.
story tall.
It's giant.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't remember how big it was. Football field, probably. Huge, dude.
Imagine being an ant though, like in the melted like metal ones. You're
I
just
know,
you're
right?
just chilling, and then you
the devil
immediately
ants
and
are
then,
still in there.
yeah, and then you get evaporated from a thing of molten metal.
Would it be evaporated, or is it just like solid little ant chunks just
Maybe
in the melted metal?
like Pompeii.
Yeah, just like Pompeii. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great example. Dude, Pompeii, why don't they just move?
I don't know. Isn't the volcano still active or something like that?
Yeah. And I'm just kind of kidding. I was thinking like, why don't they just walk out of the way when the volcano erupts? But it was probably
Dude, you
like
can't-
20 seconds between it erupting and
Yeah, you
It's
can't really
just
do
like-
much about it.
like a minute of chaos, and then it was all over.
Well, that's the thing with volcanoes. Usually they give you some like warning. Like I think Mount St. Helens was like 2 years before it actually erupted, something like that. You could see like smoke start showing up,
oh, really?
and then eventually like some more smoke like a year out, and then like a month or two before it, there's like a lot of smoke, and then of course like the week there's more, and there's other stuff starting to fall out of the sky.
Well, the people in Pompeii, I don't think they would even take notice to it. Oh, there's smoke on the mountain? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Did they know it was a volcano at the time? Maybe they did.
Maybe.
Why do we build things around volcanoes? Why do we build things anywhere?
Well, the reason I think the reason they built it there is because it was like right on the ocean.
What do you think about climate change? Or the sea levels rising?
You just got turning up the temperature on the Earth.
You think it's actually happening? I've seen this cool time lapse of.
No, I don't think it is. To be honest,
I don't think it is either.
I think the Earth is getting warmer, but I don't think it's gonna.
I see no reason why the climate can't be changing. Like again,
Like,
I believe it's all under control of God.
Yeah, according to the
we may have an influence on it, but I don't think
yeah.
it's an issue that we're going to die from 10 years from now.
Yeah. According to the atheists and the
Yeah.
Christ deniers.
Hey yo, shout out,
Yeah.
represent.
They. I don't know. We shout out heretics. Anyways.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
I still love them the same.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. So is Jesus.
Shout out.
Yeah. Jesus Christ loves you, by the way.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tired of saying that. It's not funny anymore.
I don't. Yeah. What was I saying?
Something about climate change and how it's bogus.
Yeah. So the atheists and the people who believe in evolution, like our world is like billions of years old.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, they like the scientists are like, oh yeah, it's been happening for like millions of years. It's like, okay, so why does it matter now?
Oh yeah, just
That-
the climate changing you're saying?
Yeah, it's like it
Well, why does it matter now? Because I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why it matters.
I'll move to a place where it's colder.
So true, or warmer, depending.
No, I need to go colder. I can't live when it's warm. It's
I
terrible.
saw a time lapse of, you know, like how Google has Google Earth and it's
Yeah.
the satellite imagery over
Mhm.
different regions, or I guess the entire globe.
Yeah.
But they've taken I want to say ever since it started, it's probably been around 20-ish years. I don't know how long it's been going for, Google Earth and satellite imagery.
Yeah.
Before then, I guess maybe, I don't remember how far back I saw these, but within the past like 20 years, the shoreline has not changed whatsoever. Even okay, we can take it further than the satellite imagery. You can go down to a city down in Florida. Early days America.
Yeah.
The coast was on the same spot. Spot. It hasn't risen, dude. And if it has risen, it's been so minuscule that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We keep building. We keep building cities on the shorelines. We keep the banks keep giving out these massive years long loans. How do you say that? These loans that will last years, right?
Yeah.
All these big corporations, all that jazz. They keep building stuff along the shorelines, and why? Because they know the shore is not going to be swallowed up in 5 years.
Yeah. It's bogus.
It's kind of frustrating, just because I believe that the government lies about almost everything, and that's just another one.
Mm-hmm.
Creation, though, do you think the Earth is 1 million years old, or do you think it's 6,000?
That's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's 6. I think it's more closer to like 8,000.
Okay.
Why? Because yeah. Sorry.
Oh, dude, you're not forgiven.
Let's just kill myself.
My man.
Just because of the time period, it's give or take a few thousand years. I'm not really. If it was, my thing is, if it was in the Bible, it would be important. Is the age of the Earth? Is the age of the Earth in the Bible?
No,
it's not important.
There's a lot of things in the Bible there's a lot of things that aren't in the Bible, and it's because it's not necessarily necessary for salvation and or knowing Christ.
Mm-hmm.
The capacity that.
But I think it's somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000 years old. But it's got built-in age.
Oh, okay.
Because
you're a built-in age kind of guy. Nice.
Because was Adam a child, like a baby when he was made?
I don't know.
No.
Does it say he's a man? I guess he says. It says he's a man.
Yes.
That doesn't mean he's like 21 though. Like people thought men were 13.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
I think he had. I think he was. At what they would have considered.
He wouldn't have been a baby.
Yeah, he wasn't a baby.
Yeah.
Because that
kind of defeats the
purpose. Yeah.
The whole point.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that Genesis, especially the garden story, is more of a metaphor than it is literal?
No. I think it's literal.
How much of it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Ballin', dude. Do you have a... All right, yeah, cool. Sick. All right, this was fun. We'll end it on that, shall we?
No, sounds good to me.
This was Daniel Hibbs, everybody. Do you
That's good.
Do you want to shout out anything, promote anything?
Kenworth Sales and Service. If you need a semi-truck fixed, that's a Kenworth or Peterbilt, because we don't do anything else for some reason. Come down to State Line. Pretty cool. Oh, shout out to my boy Jesus Christ. He loves you guys.
Yo, the big JC upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Any final remarks?
Dad advice.
Dad advice?
Dad advice. I'm not a dad, but dad advice anyways.
Do you have dad advice?
Drink water. Work out. Take care of yourself.
Cut. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. If you want to support us, you can find us on Patreon. The link will be in the description. If you join the Patreon, you'll get each episode a week early, along with some maybe blooper reels, all sorts of fun stuff that we might end up cutting out of the regular episode.
Oh, yeah.
You'll also be supporting the team, me, Dylan, and John behind the camera. It's a little skeleton crew we got going.
Links in the down under.
In the land down under.
See, that's funny because that's Australia. Yeah, you guys can find us on any of the big podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, I guess. If that was a podcast platform, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
God bless you all.
It was good.
That was good.
I like the little shitter about the YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I'm funny.
Yeah, that was good. Ow, dude. Ow.